Right then, welcome back. Last time we went ahead and grabbed a large amount of Livonia. Yeah. We've also gone ahead and started going through attacks at a much more rapid pace, with steam locomotives coming next in Diplotech. Yeah. Additionally, things are starting to go into chaos in Eastern Europe as my sudden decision to let go of Prussia as an ally has caused quite a bit of chaos here. With specifically Livland trying to get their independence. I took advantage of that to grab a bunch of Rhine territory, especially since, unlike with Prussia, I didn't have a truce with them. Which makes it a lot easier for me to go a little more with them. Additionally, this will likely be the last time I'm going to be recording for this campaign. Although I might just add a couple other things. For example, a timeline video, quick one. I wish I lived in more enlightened times. Oh well, now I've got the diplo points again to start integrating the Commonwealth again. I'll be done in 18 years. It's gonna be a while. Great Awakening, inspired by itinerant preachers, spoke directly to the average person. Reformed Christians began to approach their faith in an intensely personal way. The movement emphasized personal responsibility, morality, and salvation, having a direct relation with God. This helped lead to a Christian revival, renewing interest in faith that had been waning, and helping to spread the faith to marginalized groups who normally would not be approached for conversion: women, blacks, and slaves. This is a very American event. The revival preached against empty ritual and hierarchy that prevented people from experiencing God themselves, and this quickly brought it into conflict with the established churches. Soon, churches suffered schisms between New Light revivalists who embraced the new evangelism and Old Light traditionalists who wanted to keep ritual and hierarchy in their church. Keep an eye on the situation. Things might get worse. Caution is called for here. Alright, it's 8:40. That's time for the next attack. Mini balls. Oh, well, let's grab this thing. Anyway, mini balls. Mini balls were muzzle-loaded, spin-stabilized rifle bullets made out of lead. Rather than being a round ball, mini balls were pointed and had grooves on their side to add aerodynamic stability. This increased to the precision of long-range rifles. All troop types gained some fire. Abolishment of serfdom. The lot of urban workers had improved, but many peasants still lived as serfs, tied to the land they worked, unable to leave it, demand higher wages, or change jobs. Abolishing serfdom allowed the movement of peasants to the cities, encouraging industrialization at the cost of agricultural instability and demands for further reforms. Nevertheless, it was adopted by Warsaw and Prussia in 1807, Estonia in 1816, Livonia in 1819, Austria in 1848, and finally Russia in 1861. +5 to expansion capacity. So the negatives of owning this territory has reduced, at least up to the point of court. Like actually court. Alright then. Finally. Steam locomotives. Mines had used railroads for decades, allowing them to push heavy carts to settlements. The development of the steam engine took this even further, allowing the whole process to be automated. By 1804, the first steam locomotive was invented, and some countries began building short railroads between mines and major cities nearby. Beforehand, those carts were either pushed by people or for long tracks or long railways over the ground, often pulled by horses. Alright, time to get this set up in major cities. I would not be able to do much more than the bare minimum for the next couple months, though, since I do lack treasury to just do this. Alright then. An Edict of Tolerance. Less religious unity than 75%. Yeah, 69%. I don't need this stack, period. Let's turn on all the forts. Further they were on. See how much I can state. Not you. I'm also going to need to grab new accepted cultures. There's one Litvan culture province. Oh, isn't that great? I think that's Polonized Lithuania, anyway. Which was a phenomenon that did actually occur. In the Commonwealth times. Is that everything? Oh, there's 4 more territories. Estonia, Livonia, Moldavia, and Sviatland. I don't need a single province, so I could just grant it to Moldavia. Okay, now that that's done, I need to accept the cultures. But I need 183 diplomat points. Okay, that's an exercise to be done later. I think I'll actually stop the series here. Yeah. I mean, look at this massive lava management. If I turn on this. The light blue happens to be the full extent of my empire. It hasn't got the full Siberia that you would expect from Russia by this time period, but it's still quite impressive in just sheer size and economic output. I am second-ranked power in the world. That's because China's just plain absurd. I mean, I am beating the largest nation in India. This pure development right there. Almost entirely their own development. Combined together, they do have more than me. I have the second largest development of any nation in the world. And this is from Eastern Europe. I'm earning 750 per month. I haven't really updated the South trade nodes completely to my liking, but I can get there without too much difficulty. I mean, imagine if this 138, if just an extra 138 starts streaming down here. Although a large portion of that will get lost here, which is a bit of an issue. But well, right. Save the game here. And I'll see you again next time. In about, say, half an hour after I upload this, with a little timeline thing. Showing the progress of the game from beginning to end. Of course, I'll be doing this all in one session. I seriously hope I don't forget to take it out in the actual, well, episode, in the actual edit of the episode, but yeah. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. Right, future me, if you're hearing this, you did something stupid. Go back a few minutes, or, well, several seconds, cut it off there. This is the part that's for the change in the world map. Shoot. Well, I guess we're not doing a timeline. Yeah, okay, that's happened. So, if you're wondering why a timeline didn't appear, this is why. And you'll probably hear everything I said, so... Yeah. Next week we'll start with a new series. Although it will likely... Monday will likely be a time-lapse of a drawing of the end screen, and likely what will also end up becoming the thumbnail. After a bit of editing. So yeah. Until then... Bye.